We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences, so the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying that you heard about Indeed on this podcast. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Let your imagination soar with Audible. With stories across every genre, from expert advice to fantasy, you'll be inspired to imagine new worlds, possibilities, and ways of thinking. Listening can even lead to a positive change in your mood, habits, and overall well-being. As an Audible member, you'll get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including bestsellers and new releases. Allow yourself to delve into the spooky this season by listening to classics like Stephen King's The Shining and Pet Sematary. There's more to imagine when you listen. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500.
That would have been a great cold open. Just to realize he just did.
So the reason I was looking for that because I was waiting to turn my camera on at the exact moment that you hit record.
Oh well, you got it.
You did it.
It's October 1st. We're in the Halloween season now.
Spooky season.
Listener, we are being produced by a Pop-Tart.
Yes.
Excellent.
Mine is still being delayed.
Oh, I thought that picture was yours.
No, that was Arthur's.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Do you think that Commish would have grass looking that green?
Yeah, he is.
Definitely
he's
not.
got that ryegrass. He's got that ryegrass.
Not yet, man. It's still like 95.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So, yeah.
No, his grass is brown and sleeping.
It is.
I will say it is very hard to type while wearing the costume. Like I can't get both arms up. I'm like a T-Rex.
A T-Rex.
I can't reach the keyboard. Like I'm leaning in. So if I ever have to send anything in the chat, that's going to be maybe an issue. We'll see. Hopefully no one messes anything up and I don't have to put anything in the chat. Other than how we just messed up, but that's fine.
One take. Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of October 1st, 2024. It is spooky season, and we have a Pop-Tart producing us. Woo! We're here to preview week 6. We have some poll numbers to talk about. But first, let me introduce our guest from out in Cal Country, where the Cal algorithm originated. We have our special guest, Marisa Ingemi. Did I get it right?
You did. You nailed it.
Thank you. From the San Francisco Chronicle and many, many more places. Marisa, how are you?
I am so good. How are you guys?
We are hanging in there on a Tuesday. Pitt Girl, how are you doing?
Central Pennsylvania is still extremely moist, and I am starting to forget what the sun looks like.
Yeah. Kevin, how are you, sir?
Other than Excel deciding it wants to completely shit the bed on like the last 20 of these poll results, I'm doing great.
Perfect.
But that sounds about right.
Commish?
In a fight with my own.
I'm doing great. My 20-month-old has taken to watching the movie Coco,
Oh, it's a great movie.
Over and
What
over.
favorites.
And,
would you say they're in love with the Coco?
sure.
God damn it, Pop-Tart.
But the only thing that I can't stand about the movie is like I enjoy the movie, but like the ending. Like
Are
I've
you
seen it.
crying? Are you crying?
Oh
Yeah.
my, yeah.
Me
It
too,
just
me too,
it
me
gets me.
too.
It gets. I was like, God damn it, man! Stop watching this movie. You're just making me watch this movie over and over again. I'm like, but it keeps her still, and she's not like going crazy. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna have to cry and trade off, the 20-month-old not running around the house and keeping her still. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'll just be emotionally devastated for a little bit, and she's quiet and non-mobile. I'll take that trade, I guess. But it's been rough.
Well, Marissa, let's start talking just about sort of what you do and what kind of sports you cover.
All right. Kind of all of them, I feel like. Technically my job is women's sports writer, so I deal with the Valkyries in the WNBA who are going to exist soon. BAFC, the women's soccer team, all the college women's teams at Stanford and Cal. If a girl does it in the Bay Area, I'm on it. But also I help out with San Jose Shark stuff because I used to be a hockey writer. I'm covering college football the next few weeks a little bit here, which is really exciting because college football is probably my favorite sport. So yeah, kind of touching on a lot of different things at the moment.
So where are your college loyalties, we have to ask?
So I grew up in New Hampshire.
Wow.
Hey.
So there wasn't a lot of options, but I grew up in a family that really loves football, so we watched every college football Saturday.
Gotcha.
And like, I fell in love with Boise State because they had a blue field.
Yep.
So I have to go there eventually. I was supposed to this year, but then I had to work, so I did not go. My dad kind of likes Boston College, but I'm not allowed to because I went to BU.
Okay,
who's
yeah.
undefeated since 1996 without a loss. But yeah, I watch a lot of the Boise games now that I'm out here. I watch Cal and Stanford, but like, I just want the most chaotic games. I just like watching the funnest, most whimsical games. That's why I love college football, is I think it has the most whimsy of any sport.
Well, Marissa, let me talk to you about your New Hampshire options real fast.
Okay, yes.
Because there's a good one and a bad one here. Okay.
Yep.
I went to college in New Hampshire.
Okay.
And so what'd you say?
Don't let him do this to
Don't
you.
let him do it.
Don't let him do
Don't let
this
him
to
do it.
you.
He's gonna do it though.
Green
I
is
love hearing about New Hampshire. No one ever
green
talks
is
about it.
green is a beautiful color.
I have to agree there.
It's my favorite.
We're going Dartmouth here?
Of course we're going Dartmouth here. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Jordan went to Dartmouth.
That's
He's
where
not
he
going to
went.
tell you he went to Dartmouth, but he went to Dartmouth.
He went to Dartmouth.
I used to do play-by-play for their women's hockey team for a minute in time. Beautiful hockey rink.
Thompson's great. Their women's hockey team got me through college because the men's was very bad, except for 1 year that was the Olympic year, and we lost all of our Canadians to the Olympic team. So our women's team went to shit for a year. It was real bad.
One thing I wanted to mention, since you went to BU,
Yes.
I wrote about the best season of all time for BU on the Substack, the 1993 Boston University Terriers.
Oh, let's go.
And one of the players on the team who flipped from D-line to O-line in that year was Pete Rosamondo. He's the head coach of Lamar University right now in the Southland.
Oh, wow, let's go. Okay,
So,
Lamar's my team now.
I met him at the Southland Conference Media Days. So you have a BU football connection that is still active right now. And he's at Lamar. They had a rough game against Central Arkansas on that stripy field, which everybody thought was weird, but I thought was normal. The stripy field with the 64-yard quarterback punt. A quick kick, as somebody wanted to correct me. I'm like, it's scored as a punt.
Yes.
All right, damn it. But no, he's down there. He's great. He's fully embraced the Cajun food.
Okay.
So he's into
not?
the
Yeah, that's a good
seafood,
idea.
which is good. But Lamar, the Cardinals in the Southland Conference, they were picked like fourth to win, fourth-ish in the conference to win. But they're doing pretty good so far this year.
All right, in this household, we stand Lamar now.
That's right.
Exactly.
You
There
have
you go.
You have the Cardinals, and then you're going to go cover the Cardinal singular later this week.
It sure is singular. And we sure do write it like it's plural.
Mhm. So I'll ask this first. How excited are you and the folks around you for College Gameday this week?
Oh my God. So I was on vacation this weekend. I was in Maryland and my phone started blowing up and everyone was like, Cal. And I'm like, okay, what about Cal? And they're like, game day. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm covering Stanford this week. Why can't it be Cal? So yeah, people are pretty hype about it. And people have been really hype about Cal. Like, this is my third year here, and college football isn't gigantic in the Bay Area by any means. I went to the Cal opener, like just in the crowd, just because I had never been over there for a football game, and it was not sold out. But the fans were like super into it. I think that out of all the fan bases out here, they have the highest potential to just be like super zany and fun. So if they're good, like I just keep being in my head, like, is Cal good at football? Because I think that would just be so much fun. So yeah, people are really hype about them.
I think the fact that BART announced that they're going to run early.
Yeah, if you get BART to do something, oh my God, you're somebody.
That's right. The algorithm is real. It
The
got
algorithm,
BART.
it's fueling the Bay
It's
Area.
fueling the BART, the Bay Area
Cal
rapid
Twitter,
trends.
you're somebody.
Yes. The other thing was I read that the Cal band's call time is 2 a.m.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I
It is.
saw that.
For a
That's
7:30 game.
nightmarish.
They got to let them have a nap, right? There's got to be a nap.
They're band kids. They can last a while.
Okay.
That's how you're built.
They're going to be delirious by the time the game kicks off.
They're going to be drunk at 2 a.m.
Well, yes.
You just keep it rolling.
Just a
You
bender.
had some
It's just
shit
a-
in
it's
a
Tokyo.
big
2
long
a.m.
bender.
on a Saturday morning oh my gosh.
They're
That's
not
so
going to bed.
rough. No. And that's
No.
why you got to show. My first thought was bagels and coffee, because that's like the traditional band breakfast, but scratch it. You order 200 saline bags from a hospital and IV needles, and you just put one in every. There are pre-med students in that Cal band. I know there are dozens of them. You can practice getting IVs in, and you can sober everyone up within an hour.
I mean, I feel like Cal already has a mascot that has a somewhat intravenous liquid delivery system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that counts as intravenous, but it could be. I don't know
I
how.
don't know how it works.
I don't know
The
mascot
Cal-
anatomy.
The Cal band drinks through their eye.
Oh, it gets so weird. Yeah.
Listen, I'll say, like, I'm wearing a mascot costume right now, and
You are?
like it is hard to drink. Like they're on this. I'm trying to really like extend my arm. Maybe have to bend down a little bit to reach my can.
Arthur, are you drinking one of those Turner's tea beer things?
Yeah, of course.
Where does
Jesus.
one get a Pop-Tart costume?
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween is
God
selling
bless
them.
Spirit Halloween, truly
Yeah, they.
a staple of society.
I'm going to give some things away, but the folks at the Pop-Tarts Bowl gave our Pop-Tart Bowl representative, Katie and Melanie, a costume. There's a potential that we may have an extra at some point, so I will just tease that. We may have an extra. There could possibly be a giveaway.
Hi there,
but
Kat. How are you,
Hey,
Kat?
we got a podcat.
Guest podcast.
I'm trying to knock my laptop over. This is Noelle. She has no teeth.
Hi, Noelle.
I
She
know.
usually- Beth isn't here tonight, but she has two cats that usually also. So we're happy to have a podcat. There we go. Oh,
Waving hello.
Hi, podcast.
She will scream at some point.
okay.
That's fine. She's welcome. We value her opinion.
She loves football. She sits here and watches it with me.
Perfect.
So let's talk about briefly our October poll. I say preseason, like it's still preseason. Our October poll, because folks, I want to say that there's been a shakeup here. Thank you, everyone who voted.
Yeah.
We had tons of votes. Y'all brought the heat, which is always great. And we're happy to put out, this is our second poll of the year. Kevin, anything super annoying this time?
Always.
Anything bothered the Lord of the spreadsheets this time,
So,
Kevin? All hail the Lord.
not necessarily bothersome, but I was listening to the Sunday episode while I was working on this, and Pitt Girl, you learned about K-State burrito guy from obnoxiously Pitt boyfriend, I learned about it from the poll because I was offline all of last weekend. And I was like, why do we have so many votes for beefy 5-layer burrito?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
No.
Which they were all reassigned to Taco Bell. Taco Bell is
Okay,
where?
deal.
Okay.
Wonderful.
That's the call by the load of the spreadsheets.
Taco Bell finished 123rd in the poll, directly behind USC and ahead of or tied with Arizona State. That feels fitting.
Yo, that's very fitting.
Sickos Committee Poll, Living Moss.
I will cut to the chase and read our top 5 just to get some reactions here live. Number 5, Army. Number 4, UNLV. Number 3, Iowa. Number 2, Cal. And number 1, Florida State.
Called it.
Y'all,
Yeah.
Iowa dropped 2 spots. Iowa are perennial winners, Iowa. Florida State, congratulations. And your ACC partner in crime, Cal. 1-2.
Wow.
Conference of Champions, indeed.
Oh man, I can't believe that. Mercer, you
Right.
get like a sneak peek behind the scenes of the poll that's coming out on Thursday, which this
I'm
is
so
when the
excited
episode will
for
drop.
this information.
Yeah, you get some behind the scenes info for this one. So this is the October poll. Wow.
I am too.
I thought maybe they would drop to 2, but
Yeah.
but to 3, I am shocked. But behold the power of the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
I think I appreciate that folks are using a good definition of sicko here because UNLV and Army having great years. And also, I think like watching Army football has a touch of that because it's unconventionally appealing. You want to watch someone just slam a rock into someone's face for not that long. It's a short game. It's 2.5 hours, not 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Maybe
and then
shorter
you,
if possible. They can make it shorter.
I mean,
they try so hard.
I think with the exception of our number 1 team here, that's true of most of our top 10. We've got the Pac 2 and any variation of Pac, whatever number you chose to give me in the poll, comes in at 6th. Indiana is our 7th. Rutgers is 8. Auburn is 9. Also not really having a great year there, but they're the only other team in the top 10 that's not doing well because our 10th team is Navy. So we have both sides of that rivalry in the top 10.
I saw people say this about Iowa that they're just kind of boring now. They don't have that quality anymore. And wow, that hurt.
They got a good running back.
They do.
Yeah. It's not wrong though. They're just like normal Big Ten boring. They're not exceptionally Big Ten boring anymore.
Yeah, there's not a clause for their offensive coordinator that they must score 25 points a game this year. So that has lost a little bit of luster. There was a Minnesota fan in our mentions just like, hey, you said when Iowa had a bad offense, you were making fun of them. I was like, so Minnesota's offense is not good either. And I'm like, well, does Minnesota's offensive coordinator have a 25 point per game clause or he's fired in his contract that that has been verified and we could read this clause? They said no. And I'm like, okay, so that's not the same thing.
Yeah, where are the stakes for Iowa now if we're not? Where are
No,
the stakes?
there's no Big Ten West that they're fighting for. There's, Big Ten West forever, of course, but like the realignment's kind of taking a little bit of the luster. They're not playing the same like opponents in a crab bucket where you could have like a 7-way tie in the Big Ten West with everybody like 4 and 5 in conference or something like that. So really, I think the culprit is they got rid of Brian Ferentz, which, I mean, fine. Okay. The Big Ten West is not, it's always in our hearts, but it is not in the standings any longer.
It's not extant, yes.
Yeah. And so you lose 2 of those things, and that's probably the reason. And then Iowa hasn't really been, the only Sickos game that they really played was against Iowa State. But that's always Sickos.
That would have been that way no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah,
so
that one kind of gets a pass. It's like Bedlam. It's going to be that way.
They haven't had anything crazy happen to them. Now they play Ohio State this week, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, they haven't had anything. They haven't been really wild. Like their punter, has been doing great, but like other punters have been winning awards. They did get like a Ray Guy award for 1 week,
Yeah.
but like there's been nothing super Iowa about it, except maybe like Kirk Ferentz's 1 game suspension. And then they threw like 3 touchdown passes. Yeah.
Right.
So,
And then that was the one where it was dead the first half and then like blew up.
that's right.
Finishing the top 25, 11 Colorado, 12 ULM, 13 Kent State, 14 Nebraska, 15 Florida, 16 Michigan, 17 UConn, 18 the Chicago White Sox. Okay. Yeah, but 19 Kentucky.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Honestly, kind of underrated.
I feel like the White Sox should have been higher, but we'll see.
The poor White
20
Sox.
20 Washington State, 21 Northwestern, 22 James Madison, 23 Vandy, 24 Purdue, 25 UNC. UMass has dropped out of the top 25. And I don't know how to feel about that either.
I don't know. They've played some really close games.
Are they boring now? They're not like interesting bad. They're just boring.
I think they just haven't drawn a lot of attention. I would not be
Yeah.
surprised if they didn't reappear in the poll, in the November poll,
Yeah.
after they host Mizzou.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh shit, I just remembered that UMass exists.
Yeah, they've got that Mizzou Mississippi State stretch in there, which
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yes.
that'll bring it
Have
back.
y'all had run-ins with UMass Twitter yet?
Oh, yeah. They're great.
Okay, yeah, just making sure. Like UMass Twitter on its own is sickos.
Oh no, they love us. They have I think we follow the Cursive U.
Cursive U is my favorite account. Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
one I think we follow. There's many more. And UMass Twitter is wild. Also, you know, them and UConn Twitter, they just I mean them two just come
They're
after
so
us.
much fun. Yes.
They're-
Come after
they're
us.
like-
Hell yeah.
Yeah. They're the best.
Just coming from Hockey East Twitter, I'm like, oh my god, UMass Twitter people for football must go so hard.
This is an ECAC podcast. We don't talk Hockey East here. Thank you.
Oh wow, okay.
So that's where we're at, folks. We'll get the whole thing out on Thursday, and I'll give you all the sub down to the single vote kind of thing. Give me a little bit. It takes a while.
The also
Yeah.
receiving votes.
All 673 of them in this poll.
Hell yeah.
Gordon.
Yes, I am looking through the full spreadsheet of results right now, and I haven't gotten the whole way through, but I think we can crown Cody Rhodes as the Sickos WWE champion.
Okay.
I think that's an official title we can give out, completely unlicensed, but just based on the votes, you know, that's how it rolls out.
Sounds good. Okay, folks, our games this week. As usual, we sort of have an idea about what our games of the week are, what the things we want to bring attention to, but this is a chance for us to sort of get through them and talk about them, because I know that, I mean, last week we ended up with Charlotte Rice as our game of the week, which I felt matched the criteria pretty well.
Yeah.
This is sort of this was a little different here. So this is our preliminary order. First one up is UCF at Florida. Now, Commish, this to me feels too mainstream here.
Okay.
Talk me into this.
Okay. So I have a few things about this game. So these teams have only played 3 times. And I know, you know, UCF, you know, they haven't been around for too long, and they were playing Moscow in 1992, which, you know, again, that graphic made the round.
Everyone, asterisk. I found the full story of the 1992 Western Kentucky, coached by Jack Harbaugh, versus the Moscow Czars football team. I found the whole story about that. That will be a Patreon exclusive thing where I walk through that.
Okay. Sounds good. So this one, again, these two teams would never play each other. Like Florida was like, we're not playing you at all. We're not going to play you, UCF, whatsoever. Now UCF is in a power conference. They have been playing. They played each other in the Gasparilla Bowl. There was a crazy bowl game there. There was a point where the Florida helmet and the UCF helmet were basically attached to each other.
Oh, yes, I remember
That was
this.
great. Now, analytically, this game is basically a coin flip. It is 50-50 here. So the strengths of each
Did it
team.
come through? Did it come through?
Oh, did it come through?
Yeah, it did.
Okay,
it did.
we got
You're
a
good.
coin.
Oh,
Is
cool.
that a
Nice.
Mario coin?
Yeah, no, that was a sonic ring. Close enough. Yes.
Okay,
Count
we'll
it.
take it.
Count it. We'll take it. But this one again is going to be rather close, and really these two teams kind of hate each other, but it's like the little brother rivalry trying to get involved with the big boys in the state. So like UCF is trying to get into the rivalry with Florida State, and Miami. Now you got a point, Pitt Girl. Go right ahead.
Yeah, this is going to sound meaner than I intended to,
But that's
but
fine.
it's kind of like Temple Penn State.
Oh God.
Like I said, meaner than intended, but
Mm,
it's sort of that same genre of thing.
I'm going to put it as this
Um,
way: it's like Houston versus Texas and Texas A&M.
Yeah, I
That'll
think
be a
that's
little bit
better.
I mean,
Until
so
the-
better.
which one is Temple and which one is Penn State?
We'll find out after this week.
I mean, they might at the rate they're going, they might both be Temple.
Yeah. Well, I think that anytime you have an in-state rivalry where when you ask people in the state, like, why is this such a rivalry? And they bring up college admissions, like, there's some juice to that rivalry. Because even if you aren't invested in sports, like, there's something there. So for the people who are invested in sports, it matters even if the teams aren't good, even if it hasn't been a competitive game, even if it hasn't been a rivalry game that's been played a lot. If you have a game where when you ask the people, it's like, oh, well, college admissions and people get into this school and that school. Like once you start breaking that down, like, there's something there.
I mean, then you throw in the added Billy Napier on the hot seat. If he loses this game,
oh, it's done. Like this is this might be the dagger here.
And then on top of that, last week, what the hell is UCF? What UCF is going to show up after what happened to them against Colorado at home? So there's a weird unpredictability of this game, and it's a rivalry to one side. The other side is like, no, we're better than you. But then when that one side it's a rivalry to gets the win, what happens there?
I will say, surprise to no one, this game has never been played in Orlando. Gainesville twice and Tampa for the bowl game once. Surprise.
Yes, Florida will not travel to the bounce house.
Florida scared. Florida cowards. Play at the bounce house.
Do it.
So like UCF Florida option 1. This is a 6:45 SEC Network game, if that helps. Then we got Big Ten Network at 11. Not the big game. One down. Purdue at Wisconsin. Someone in our mentions had said that they feel like Purdue's going to go like 10-2 this year. 10-2. Jesus, 2-10 this year. But that they were going to absolutely body someone they shouldn't.
So a couple of the Purdue fans in the Discord were having the same conversation, and I think it was Jeff from Feed Your Mascot who said if they went 2-10 and broke the Wisconsin curse, he would count it a success on the season. And I had to go and look it up, but Purdue has not beaten Wisconsin since 2004. So
is that 20 straight years?
17 straight games.
Yes.
17 straight games. Okay.
Oh
my God.
I will say this part of this joke that Purdue does host Penn State November 16th in West Lafayette.
Eyes emoji.
Also a very good choice if they wanted to do something very funny.
One thing about Purdue is that they just fired their offensive coordinator.
They did.
So Graham Harrell is gone. But analytic-wise, these two teams are at the near bottom offensively. So this could be the classic.
You want to see a classic Big Ten West rock fight.
Yes.
Oh.
So this could be, if we want the rock fight to be number one. But again, we're still talking about other candidates. Marissa's like, yes, I love the Big Ten West.
Listen, Iowa was like my team last year, so I do support the Big Ten West. RIP.
There's that though, and then there's watching Purdue this year, which again they fired their offensive coordinator. Not a great watch, y'all. Just not a great watch.
Also, speaking from personal experience, Purdue's defense is an offensive get-right game.
Oh, good. Makes him feel better. Got it.
That's right, Notre Dame fan. I see you, Kevin.
I mean, we went from 19 points against NIU or whatever it was to 700 yards rushing against Purdue.
And now you feel better. Things are totally fixed now, right?
Oh yeah,
It's
Bradley
fine.
Leonard has completed 1 downfield pass in 4 games. It's great.
That's enough, right? That
Yeah.
sounds like enough.
This is the game that I'm leaning towards.
Okay.
And I need someone to talk me out of Syracuse at UNLV on a Friday night at 8 o'clock.
I'm not going to talk you out of this. If you want a non-rock fight, this will not be a rock fight.
Yeah, this game's gonna be real dumb. The main argument that I have against this is just procedural, because we have already had Syracuse, I believe, also on Friday.
Yes.
It's
But,
not my fault they only play on Fridays.
No, it's really not your fault that Syracuse keeps only playing on Friday.
Playing West Coast teams on Friday.
What is this non-conference, Matt? Like, why is this happening this week?
I don't know.
So there's only like 5 non-conference games this week at all. And Army, Navy, Air Force is one of them, so you can't really count that. But this is the big, I don't know what's going on here. Someone had some like points at the Mirage they were trying to cash in, I guess. I don't know.
I'm obsessed with this game. Oh my gosh.
This game,
right? Because it feels so like out there for right now for everything.
So
This is going to be a really good, really dumb Friday night game, and I'm always here for that.
It does feel like that. It's going to be in the giant Roomba. It's going to be in, Vegas. Okay. So CUSE has, safe, reliable Honda McCord.
Yes. Who's been less safe and reliable recently? Let's be very clear.
Safe asterisk, reliable asterisk. Like there's a couple recalls out on him, but they're not critical.
I think Honda McCord has gotten some upgrades. He has got the air intake added. He's got some fancy giant tailpipe muffler going.
The rims spin now.
He's got the rims, maybe some body effects.
Yeah, but he's also got to come in and get the airbags replaced because they got
that's true. He has a steering wheel without an airbag. So the airbag has been stolen along with the little H for the Honda.
Following up Garrett Schrader, like the definition of played without airbags.
Yes. So
that's true.
So the safe, reliable Honda McCord, maybe it's just that, it gets you to point A to point B in many different varieties, and it's going to be on the Vegas Strip now. So I don't know what's going to happen here. UNLV just blew the ever-living crap out of Fresno, like 59-14. And UNLV is still undefeated, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah.
They're ranked, right?
25th?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So this is the classic power conference team travels to the G5 team that is ranked. This has fireworks all over it. I feel like they need, medieval times halftime show. They need
Cirque du Soleil, baby.
Cirque du Soleil on the goalposts. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
I want Penn and Teller and
Siegfried and Roy. I mean.
Yeah. I want all the Tigers.
You want the Tigers?
Yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason they stopped using the Tigers. You remember that, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know either. Was it Siegfried or Roy that got attacked?
I don't remember.
Maybe both. Who knows? But
like this game, I'm with you, Marissa. I'm drawn to this.
I will be seated for this, like for real. This is my being on the West Coast 5 p.m. game for me on Friday.
Well, no, it should be 6, I think. Because we do it on Central Time here.
Then 6. Even great. Okay, then I'll be done work. A miracle.
Yes.
Okay, conference game now. Hawaii at San Diego State. This is Hawaii's closest rival, literally, geographically, like 2,000 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
This is as close to not being on the islands as they can literally get. I still think the problem of Hawaii off the islands exists here.
Yeah, probably. But we do get the SEC music, so that's fun.
It's on CBS.
Yeah. CBS, yes, it is.
Hawaii football on the mainland.
In Snapdragon Stadium.
But yeah, this is...
Oh my God. San Diego State coming off of that game, they had a 99.9% win probability against Central Michigan, coming all the way back home, and now they welcome in Hawaii. You know, that's got to be. I don't know. San Diego State's 1-3. They're still trying to work the Brady Hoke out of the system, I guess.
That's going to take a while.
It's going to take a little bit,
it's
you know?
It's in the goddamn walls. Like, this is, yeah, I agree. I think that San Diego State is probably a better team than they're showing at the moment. I think that Hawaii is not Hawaii when they're on the mainland, especially right now. There have been versions of Hawaii that could come over and like play and swing. This is not one of those versions yet, I don't think. Then, of course, I don't think we can make game day our game of the week too. I think that breaks a rule.
Yeah.
Miami at Cal.
Like, you know, it'll be up there, but
it just has so much chaos potential.
Right? Like, that's the thing. And
what
also,
if Cal won? Like,
I mean, I think the odds of that are higher than some of the folks on this podcast might want to admit.
I agree. Cal looks solid right now. I don't know. That stadium's going to be fuller than it's been in years. There's going to be some vibes happening.
Yeah, I am also eternally, and this is, I think, largely a function of having been present for Kenny Pickett's first FBS start, which was the upset over number 2 Miami on Thanksgiving week of 2017. I am perpetually on Miami fraud watch. And the VT game, you know, I'm on Miami fraud watch. I'm sorry, Commish.
Oh no! Don't be sorry. I'm guarded. I have not declared the U's back. That they're not back.
No, see, no. I'm specifically on Mario Cristobal fraud watch.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we've had 5 weeks of football, to look at Miami. I'm going to read you some Miami scores that happened this year, and I want you to say how you feel about that win now. Okay. Game 1. Miami 41, Florida 17. How does that feel now, knowing what we know about Florida?
I mean, I don't think it really felt all that good then. It was very clear that Florida was bad.
Like I said then, if you are a good team, you should beat a bad Florida like that.
How about Miami 50, South Florida 15? The South Florida that gave Alabama hell, who just beat Georgia.
And then who just got, like, obliterated by Tulane.
No, we're not talking about South Florida themselves. We're talking about transitive properties.
I would put Tulane and Miami on an even playing field.
Oh, I don't really disagree with that statement. And then, of course, last week, Miami 38, Virginia Tech 34. So then now tell me what Miami's going to do at Cal with those data points that you have now.
What about the state win? Were you leaving that out?
Which one?
They beat Ball State. What about that one?
62-0. That doesn't give me a whole lot of information. Like, that's that. Okay, no, I'm not going to make the analogy because I don't want Ball State to get mad at me. No, never mind.
Don't do it. Don't get Ball State. Don't get Muncie, Indiana mad at you.
No,
we don't need that. We already have UConn mad at us.
No, but
UConn can.
Now they're accusing us of being too serious. You got to.
Oh my God, UConn!
We can't win.
UConn, respectfully,
UConn says you're being too serious.
No,
UConn's mad because I made a joke. I was talking out of my ass / made a joke about their stadium. UConn fans, remember that Pitt fans used to hate you. Hate us back, and then get over yourselves. Thank you.
Do you think there's someone who's equally passionate about UConn football and UConn basketball, like within the same person?
Yes.
How do you hold those things inside yourself?
I knew so many UConn people in New England, and they were very intense about both.
That feels like such a weird...
Mix in women's basketball, too, and it's a lot of intensity.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Inside of you, there are 3 Huskies.
There's a lot of those people out there.
And it's the 2 normal ones, and then the one with like the derpy face.
That's the meme. Yeah, there it is.
Jordan, put that on the vision board right now. I need 2 fabulous Huskies and a sad Husky on the dragon meme.
Yeah, let me get that.
It. Run.
Hey, we'll make that go in the next game while I'm typing this.
Okay. So we have East Carolina at Charlotte. Apparently, we've heard this called the Booty Bowl.
Yes.
Because they're the Pirates versus
the
Niners.
Niners.
So they're both going for gold, I guess.
That's cute.
The Booty Bowl, without General Booty, but really, I feel like East Carolina should win this, but it's at Charlotte, and then Charlotte, has got the freshman quarterback who could basically throw 2 routes, which the commentators in Rice and Charlotte were like, all he can do is throw the out route and then like the post, and that's all he did against Rice. So
And
if
Rice couldn't stop him.
But can East Carolina stop it? I don't know.
I will say that without going into the details, the vibes at Charlotte are real bad right now. And
Yes.
I feel like that is where we have to, like, that leans me against this game because the vibes are bad. And I know that's such a non-Moneyball way to describe this, but oh man.
Sometimes the vibes are just bad.
I think that's a valid reason for anything.
But
Yeah,
he gets on base. No, I don't know.
This Poggy gets on base. No.
Yeah, like the vibes are bad. East Carolina is on an upward trajectory. They feel better. They look better.
I mean, they had a horrible year last year, and I think they've already matched their win total from last year.
I believe
Or
so.
close to it.
They've had a bad decade, basically. It's been a while since East Carolina was feisty, which is crazy because they used to be in the same breath as Boise State, those good Boise State teams sometimes. It's like a Titan killer team, and now they are just also in the American. But climbing out.
3-2, East Carolina.
That's so much better. That's so much
they
better.
won 2 games last year.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay. I would like to propose as my second favorite, Kansas at Arizona State. This is at 7 p.m. Central. It's 5 p.m. local, and it's like 105 degrees in Tempe.
How are they allowed to play? I guess it is October. I don't like that. I don't like
No.
that at all. That game should be later.
Do you like fried Jayhawk?
No.
This is
Think about how sad the sexy leg Jayhawk would look if they fried him.
yeah, too much bone. Is the stadium in Tempe? That's turf, right? It's got to be turf.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope it is.
Well, no. Yeah, I mean, for the environment, yes, but for this
You
game,
do
no.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
No,
gonna.
sorry,
It sucks
it's
either
Bermuda
way.
grass.
But
It's Bermuda grass.
Yeah, it's Bermuda.
okay,
yeah.
Holy shit, it's grass.
That's good.
Now I'm
Well,
back-
why is that temp on the field was gonna be like 130?
Yeah, people are going to be burning the bottoms of their shoes off. This is doable. This is just going to be like I'm worried like the cramping and the just all the extra stuff in this game is going to be real rough.
Have you guys hung out in Arizona when it's hot before?
yes,
Like once, it's awful.
It's evil. I was there for the WNBA All-Star game and I cried every time I walked outside and it was 115. So I'm just against stuff happening in Arizona at the moment.
I mean, again, I'm an indoor cat. So right now it's like 90 outside, 95 outside during the day here in Texas. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I'm just done. I think
I'm
the
just-
only.
I mean,
the only
100 in San Francisco today, by the way, which is also illegal.
Jesus. Okay,
Good
that's
Lord.
I at
It's
least
the hottest day of the year. I don't know. I
Oh.
mean, we do know why. It's climate change, but it's legitimately, we get this one time a year and it's terrible.
Oh,
Anyways,
God.
Arizona should only do stuff at night. I don't understand any stuff happening in the day there.
Wait,
Unless
like
it's
this is a like 8 p.m. local kick game in my head.
Yeah.
Not 5
That's-
p.m. Jesus.
Why are we
That's
doing this with
because-
sun up?
Yeah, right. That's it should be an 8 p.m. kick.
Well, they're
This is
not the
also your
Moon
regularly
Devils.
scheduled reminder that large cities in Arizona are a monument to man's hubris.
Also giant heat sinks.
yes.
So Arizona State, I hope you have fun with a Kansas who's already not in a great mood and then is going to walk into this thing. Good times, good vibes. I'm going to say a really funny sentence. Undefeated Rutgers faces their strongest challenge yet at Nebraska. Okay.
I feel like this might be a banger.
Okay. Tell me
Say-
more.
Say this again.
I feel like this might end up being a banger.
Okay.
I didn't admittedly I didn't watch a lot of the Rutgers Washington game, right? But like I don't know. I feel like Greg Schiano Rutgers just has the juice, and I feel like this might end up being a banger.
What you missed was quicksand. Basically, Rutgers.
Okay, you can have a quicksand banger though.
I mean, it was fun. It was like watching what Rutgers did to Washington is like watching like a python squeeze the life out of someone slowly.
Yeah, like I would describe it, and admittedly, I only had it described to me because I was driving. But like, Ole Miss Kentucky,
Yeah, same thing.
python banger.
Yep. Just squeezing the ever loving crap out of them and daring them to move because every time they move, it just squeezes a little tighter.
So this kind of happened in Nebraska at Purdue.
It did. It did
because we had the Noop, the halftime where it was Noop. Yes, 0-0 between Nebraska and Purdue. Does Rutgers travel well on the road though? That's what I'm worried about. They're going to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. Do they travel well enough on the road, or is the energy summoned from Piscataway? They're too far away from Piscataway.
But the Big Ten has too big of a geographical footprint? No way.
Imagine that. I'm surprised they're not trying to connect it like Continental Railroad and making sure all the states touch. Like, grab Wyoming. Actually, is all you need Wyoming? Hold up. My mental map of the United States is not good right now.
No, you need more than that. Come on.
You need more than I don't do Nebraska and Wyoming touch. I don't think they do.
They fucking touch, yes.
Because Nebraska borders Colorado and Wyoming's like right there.
Then you need Idaho. You need 2 states. And then we can truly have Manifest Destiny Big Ten. Okay.
Idaho State to the Big Ten.
Okay. Pitt Girl, I'm just going to let you be angry for a second. Pitt, North Carolina, 11 a.m. ESPN2. Go for it.
Oh my God. Okay. So Winsipedia, friends of the show, tweeted something that, of course, I reopened Twitter and it disappeared. Thank you, Elon. This is great. Tweeted something. North Carolina has won 8 of the past 10 matchups against Pitt. Pitt is 0-7 in Chapel Hill since their first meeting in 1974. They're 5-12 all time against UNC. So when Arthur and I talk about our UNC related trauma and how we are absolutely convinced that Pitt is going to find a way to lose this game in the stupidest way possible, we know whereof we speak. I still think about the way that I felt after the 2016 team blew the game in Chapel Hill in the last 30 seconds of the game. I watched that game with a friend. I went back to my apartment. I took my Pitt shirt off. I put a different shirt on because I was so mad, and we immediately went to the bar. So like, this game's going to be dumb. I know UNC is bad. I know Pitt can score a lot of points. I know all of this. And I still think that we are going to find the dumbest fucking way to lose this game. And I'm going to be real mad about it for like 20 minutes. Arthur, do you have anything to add?
No, that was pretty good. I mean, I usually, in the past when I've watched this game on television, I've gotten like a bottle of Mad Dog and just made my way through that as the game has gone on. This game, the thing is, like, when Pitt joined the ACC in 2013, we got put in the same division as UNC. So we played them every year up until they redid stuff. All of these games were very, very close. I mean, they were not, I don't think we got a game that was decided by more than one score until like a couple years ago. And so, it wasn't just that like Pitt always lost. It was like Pitt always like had the go ahead score, but they scored too early. Like they were driving, but then they turned the ball over. They gave up a last second touchdown. Like that's what this game has always been ever since I've been watching it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. TLDR, I hate UNC, and this is why. Also, the Argyle is tacky. Don't at me.
No, it's okay. No, not at all.
It's tacky.
Not the worst Argyle I've seen this year. I saw that movie in theaters.
Is it?
Oh God.
But that's good. Pitt Girl, would it surprise you to know that I wore a fuck ton of Argyle socks when I was a teacher?
So I
No.
think Argyle socks are fine. I think Argyle as a pattern is fine. I think North Carolina putting it on in the end zone and along the sideline and all this stuff for football is tacky as fuck, and they need to stop doing it.
How about Paisley? More schools could use
Ugh.
Paisley. A Paisley
We're,
end
are
zone?
we're Vera Bradleyifying college football?
Yes.
Is it 2005, Jordan?
Would it surprise you to know that I love Paisley and have tons of
I
Paisley
now I'm
socks?
imagining Mac Brown in a paisley puffy coat.
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, I'm powder blue and navy paisley
Oh.
Yeah,
in
hold on.
the
Oh, let's go to
UNC
the vision
end
board.
zone.
Oh
Let's
my
go to the
God.
vision
Mike
board.
Brown here.
Oh,
I'm
God,
in my
yeah.
Vera Bradley puffy coat.
That's going on my vision board. Got
God.
it. No, I misspelled Paisley. Paisley. There we go. I think I misspelled it. Okay. Marissa, get us excited for Virginia Tech Stanford.
Well, how often do you have a conference rivalry game when they've never faced each other before? Is this the birth of a new rivalry? Stay tuned. I don't know. It might be. Stanford.
Good culture class. I like the culture clash here.
Yeah, I'm actually like really excited to see what the vibe is because like there's only been one ACC, or I guess two now. There's been two ACC games in any sport on Stanford campus now, and it was two women's soccer games, and the vibes were like bizarre. Like it just felt weird. I was just like, I mean, like we've seen like ACC on the court or on the fields or whatever. I saw them tearing down the Pac-12 banners on the softball field at the end of last season. So like, this has been like reality for a while, but like, man, like Virginia Tech football against Stanford having conference stakes is like, I'm still having trouble wrapping my head around that. Like, it's so weird. Also, Stanford, I can't tell if they're like bad or like okay.
Yeah.
Like I think their defense is better than it has been, even though they gave up like I think 41 points to Clemson. I think Micah Ford's really exciting as a running back. They've really bought into Troy Taylor. I don't know. They also have Notre Dame coming up right after this, and they're not going to win that. So having this Virginia Tech game there kind of in the middle is kind of like, okay, it's kind of like the only, I don't want to say relief because it's not going to be like a gimme game by any means, but it's kind of like their winnable game in the middle of this to keep bowl eligibility alive. I don't know. I have just like vision in my brain of Stanford and Cal both having to fly to Charlotte for the ACC championship game, but that's not going to happen.
Oh, but that would be so beautiful.
That would
Yes.
It's like what I'm
Yes.
living for right now. I'm like, if that happens, I have no complaints about anything else in the world. Just because imagining them both having to fly out there, just if like, it's just like the pinnacle of like conference realignment being insane. But I'm excited because I've never covered a college football game, so I'm just like very excited
Yeah.
for it to be this one, to be, oh my God, Stanford ACC home debut and Virginia Tech coming out of that game with Miami.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think there's some Sickos vibes here.
that's gonna be.
No,
that's gonna
there
be quite
are.
interesting. I want to say this though, that Stanford and Virginia Tech have met one time before.
Yes,
But,
they
The
have.
Stanford website says no, really.
No, they have-
in the
they've won
2011 Orange Bowl, where Stanford won 40
ran
to
all
12.
over that.
All
That
over
was
Frank
like
Beamer.
good Stanford.
That was
This
good
was
Stanford.
Harbaugh
gosh.
Stanford.
This was
Was
11
that
and one
Andrew
Stanford.
Luck Stanford?
2011.
Yes, it was Andrew Luck Stanford. Yes, it was. He was the MVP.
Well, that Andrew Luck Stanford is so far gone now. I mean, he's there. He's at everything. Andrew Luck, if you were at a Stanford event, you might turn around and he is right there. That was the case of women's basketball, but God, really? Because the Stanford website says, "Oh, first matchup ever." Okay.
Well, first
No.
conference matchup, but yes.
Oh yeah, no, this is
Regular
this-
season, you can do that
post-game.
too. Yeah,
2011. That was a BCS bowl. Yes, it was.
that was a
Yeah,
BCS bowl.
Oh
that
my
was
God,
Frank
okay.
Beamer versus David Shaw Bowl.
Yes.
God damn. Well, that's a game for me to go watch on the YouTube later.
Yeah, that I can imagine what a 40-point Stanford win under Jim Harbaugh looks like. I remember that very clearly. That feel of those games. Okay, let's do our ad read and then we'll get back and finish this up. Folks, as always, on Saturdays, make sure you listen to the Varsity Blitz free on the Varsity app. It is basically NFL Red Zone for radio. They will cut you around the country to all the games that are going on at the time. and they'll pull you into one game and the other. They'll go to all the radio calls, and some of the calls they have both sides, which is a lot of fun because when they switch announcers as they go into whoever's on offense. This is the way that I survive on Saturdays because I'm out with family, out with friends. I need to keep up. College Football Blitz, always free on the Varsity app. If you look at the link that we post every Saturday, if you post a picture of yourself or just what you're listening to the Blitz on in that thread, there's a good chance you win a free Sickos Committee koozie, so go for it. Our link tree on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky has discounts for a bunch of stuff. For $5 a month, you can join our Patreon, participate in our weekly rankings debate in our Discord, live chat during games, which is always fun, do some of our research. You also get access to 3 different podcasts behind the paywall, Commish's Corner, Yes, Rah, 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 Yes, and the Prairie View Chronicles. We have 33 episodes of those so far, of those various things, and more on the way. Our merch store has great stuff at sickoscommittee.org. Right now, just so everyone knows, the most popular item is our Live, Laugh, Punt whiskey glass.
It is.
So there you go. We have our YouTube channel, our Instagram, our Twitch, our Substack, where we're doing our Sickos stat summaries every week. Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to the places we refuse to go. And as always, Home Field Apparel for the softest, comfiest, collegiate licensed apparel that is from all the eras. Use offer code YES, ha ha ha, yes. That's 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. What are we wearing tonight, folks, from Home Field? I see the Pittsburgh hat. Yeah. Got Pepperdine, got a Hail to Pitt. I am wearing my Tulane hoodie and underneath my Banana Slugs shirt. I think I am going to go as Vince from Pulp Fiction for Halloween, since I do have the shirt now.
I also have Washington joggers on, but I'm not going to stand up.
Yeah, that's fine. Also, our Sickos Hat Showcase, where every week we offer 2 hats, 25% off these hats, current ones and the ones of the past. Use offer code YES, hat, yes. That's 2 hats. And this week we have a beautiful Indiana, angry bison hat.
Oh, yeah.
And a really great purple Northwestern hat. So check that out. Those are what we've got going for you. For those hats, you do not have... If you are not a first-time buyer, you can still use the code. It's still 25% off. It's one of the best deals on there. Definitely use that if you like those hats.
Credit Karma makes building your credit straightforward and stress-free with help from our credit builder. Sign up today at creditkarma.com and start enhancing your financial health. Credit Karma, your partner in building a brighter financial future. Credit Builder Plan is serviced by Credit Karma Credit Builder and requires a line of credit and savings account provided by Cross River Bank, member FDIC.
Okay, it's time to commit. 2024 is the year for prioritizing yourself. Begin your new smile journey with Byte, and you could start seeing results in just 2 to 3 weeks. Just order your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95 at Byte.com. Byte clear liners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces, plus they offer financing options, accept eligible insurance, and you could pay with your HSA, FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Okay, so
hold on. Let me just derail everything. Because apparently the BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, has anime mascots.
Oh, it sure does.
It sure does. Yes, I just put it in the chat of the.
Oh my god!
I just saw this on the timeline. Marissa, you were well aware of this?
Oh wow!
Yeah, they started doing like those little croc things. I don't have crocs. The things that you put in them, the little charms or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had like the little anime BART characters. I don't know their names or anything, but I've seen them. Like, there's so much BART merch out here, and they are a part of it.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
I figured y'all would like that. So I just saw it. I was like, let's just derail the pod again, of course, because we don't have rails.
You can always derail the pod.
Find we have rails.
We don't have rails. I just said that. We have the Bay Area Rapid Transit system, though.
Listen, I stand BART. I do.
This looks like the worst magical girl anime. Like a real knockoff Sailor Moon.
I was thinking it looks like a knockoff Pokemon anime.
The ticket taker, I believe she's a ticket taker. I can't tell. The one with the overalls off the shoulder, the suspenders off the shoulder, yeah, has that like Pokemon trainer vibe for sure. But like from one of the late seasons when the animation changed.
Yeah, the new animation. We don't talk about that.
Mm-hmm. My kid is 5, and I'm a little too old to have watched like the original Pokemon back in the day, but he is definitely getting into it. And so now I'm watching the series with him, and having only ever played the game, that's the only plot I know. And the anime takes these delightful detours into like random shit I like just doesn't exist. I'm finding myself really enjoying those moments.
OG Pokemon anime goes so hard. The original Team Rocket is one of the funniest things that's ever been on TV, and I maintain that forever. Like, I go back and rewatch with my best friend all the time, and we like literally have to pause because we're going to pee our pants because Team Rocket is ridiculous.
Dad, why does that boy holding a rose in his mouth? Because he's fancy. He's delightful.
There's so much lore behind. I could just like write a book about Team Rocket lore. It's insane. Me and my best friend last year for Halloween, we were Jesse and James.
That's great.
I love that.
That's great.
I was James. I got a purple wig and I put it on. And I put a
love
rose in my
that.
mouth.
Wonderful.
So where are we thinking our game of the week is going to be, Commish? I feel like UCF, Florida. I know we have a bunch left, but like we've covered our big ones. Let me go over them one more time. UCF, Florida, Purdue at Wisconsin, Syracuse at UNLV on a Friday, Hawaii, San Diego, Miami at Cal, East Carolina at Charlotte, Kansas at Arizona State, Rutgers at Nebraska, Pitt at North Carolina, and Virginia Tech at Stanford.
Well, I mean, I'm going off the board.
Well, your game of the choice is going to be like 2 pages down. I know how this goes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know yet. I have to sleep on this, but we can continue to talk.
We got to let it marinate.
Yeah. Again, what we do in the Patreon, what we do is I'll throw out another list and we'll just start arguing and making cases. And that's why he joined the Patreon, because you can do this during the year. And then
you can be part of the marination process.
Part of the marination. But, I had to do it in Cajun voice. So, really, I don't know. There's a couple of more candidates that are sneaky down here. I'm just going to say that too.
Okay.
So I don't want to limit it to just those, because
Pitt Girl, give me your vibes on Sam Houston at UTEP on a Thursday. CBS Sports Network.
I'm interested. You have my attention. It's a game on
Thursday night Sun
so it
Bowl.
has my attention. But also, and of course I can't read. But yeah, no, I'm interested. This one feels like us getting back to our roots a little bit.
It does.
This is a helmet game for us. This feels like a helmet game for us.
It's helmety. The one below it also feeling kind of helmety.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
We'll get there in a second. But this one, UTEP has their special helmets. Also, they just joined the Mountain West. So did you see UTEP special helmets for this one?
I have not.
Okay. So it is, they have, where is it? Hold on. I lost it. It is the Los,
it's the
what's the helmet? I'm trying to El Chuco. Sorry.
Yes.
The El Chuco unis, which are amazing. Viva El Chuco, which is, man, it's sweet. I don't know what helmet Sam Houston is going to wear, because if this is orange versus orange, I love it. Like an orange helmet versus an orange helmet. You never get that. You never get two orange helmets against each other, right? Do you ever get?
No, I mean you couldn't. You have to have contrasting. You wouldn't see it.
Not always. There's like
teams have to wear like
teams
a dark
wear white helmets
light
versus white helmets.
So
or something.
Jerseys, yes.
The jerseys, there has to be contrast somewhere, but it doesn't mean that you could wear like a black jersey and a white jersey and both wear orange helmets. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
There was like some NFL thing where the reason the Buccaneers couldn't wear the creamsicle helmets was they weren't allowed to change their helmets in season, and they said it was for concussion safety, and I never understood the vibe there.
Huh. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if there's one group I trust on concussion safety, it's the National Football League.
Oh, 100.
So yeah, this one again feels like a sort of a helmet game for us. Sam Houston, like if they win this, they are on the road to bowl eligibility. Like it is moving there.
They're only like one away, right? If they win,
I believe so, or maybe 2.
Are they 3-1 or 4-1?
Math is hard.
It is.
They're
hard.
4-1.
They're 4-1.
So that puts it
okay.
Like this is This is the low-hanging fruit. It doesn't put them out of the thing if they lose it, but this is a good one to grab.
Yeah.
Talk to your kids about bowl adjacent Sam Houston.
That's so weird. If they come up to the Frisco Bowl, that game's going to be so fucking fun. It's going to be just out of your mind fun. Okay, other helmet game pick, girl, you mentioned. Jacksonville State at Kennesaw State.
Yeah, this one has my attention. 1 and 3 Rich Rod versus Temple is not. Oh, sorry. Wait, I can't read.
There's so many
Wrong
L's.
L's. 0 and 4 L's looking for their first win in FBS. This is our shit, man. Especially because it's on Friday on CBSSN.
That's right. You
Da,
get
da, 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 da.
Rick Rodriguez and the Jacksonville State Gamecocks.
Ba, 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 ba.
Kennesaw State
Monday Night
Owls.
How did this? Oh, Friday. I was like, how is this on CBS Sports Network? I guess live sports Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
Like we were joking the other day, just from what we watch more, I think, CBS Sports Network than I think almost any other channel. It just so happens that a lot of the games we enjoy are on there.
Oh my god. They have the Mountain West, they have USA, they
always have a Friday night weird game.
They always have a Friday night weird game. Sometimes they have a Thursday night weird game. And they have some action too. They normally have action like one game a week on Tuesday and then they have the CU Tuesday and Wednesday thing too.
Oh, they start
have
that.
one game. They do that too. Yeah.
FIU, it's the first one.
Yeah.
This. Oh, yeah. Not. Yeah. Marissa, so why can't you cheer for Boston College? Is it because of the Boston University connection in the family?
Yeah, I went to BU.
That's right. That's right.
Evil. And 2 other thoughts. BC is not in Boston. They are in Newton, Massachusetts.
The state of Chestnut Hill. Yes.
Yeah, they are not. They are not actually in Boston. So let's set the record straight there. And I will never forget when they played Notre Dame at Fenway Park, and Notre Dame was the home team and not BC. And that makes sense because BC is not in Boston either. So why would they be the home team automatically? Like, why would they?
So you call them outside of Boston College?
I love that. I mean, at the Beanpot every year.
They're OBC, outside of Boston College.
So I don't know. You guys, you know what the Beanpot is.
We do. Well aware of the Beanpot.
I always have to ask because in California, people are like, what is that?
Right.
My favorite chant from the BU people, or even the Northeastern people, because the Northeastern people go kind of hard too, is just chanting to BC, not from Boston, because they get like really offended by it.
It's good.
But they're not. Like, that's just facts.
Yeah, Northeastern's like right in the middle of the city too.
Would you say Would you say MIT and Harvard are in Boston? Or are you gonna say they're in Cambridge?
They're in Cambridge. It's a different place.
Okay.
That's right.
It's like Somerville is different than we're splitting it up like real
Yeah,
hands.
Boston's in Somerville. That's not Boston.
Right.
Boston proper has BU, Emerson, and Northeastern.
There you go.
Boston neighborhoodism is one of my favorite things because it gets really like, no, this is my tiny city. I know that we here in Texas, in the North, Texas suburb, we all blend together, but everyone still has their own thing. It's just on such a micro scale of the house next door that I'm attached to is now in a different city, and fuck them, they're not my city.
I lived in Alston, and right behind my building was the border for Brookline. And people would be like, oh, you live in Brookline? And I was like, do not say that to me. That's not true. I'm an Alston girl.
That's over there, not here.
Yeah, that's past that tree over there.
It's funny because, as someone on the outside, I can say pretty confidently that, UMass is not in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's pretty far.
Got it.
That's about it. I can use context clues to say that, the New England Patriots are called that because they don't play in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get closer than that, I know Boston's the airport I'd fly into to see a game there. So,
That
you
is
could
Boston.
fly to Providence to get to a Patriots game. You'd probably be closer.
For a while, when Southwest wouldn't fly to big airports at all, they would fly into Providence and call it Boston, the Providence/Boston Regional Airport.
Yeah. Oh my God, Manchester, New Hampshire does that too.
All the time.
And, oh my God. So out here,
airport.
There's so much drama out here because we have San Francisco Airport, SFO, and then Oakland Airport just rebranded itself San Francisco Oakland Airport, and people keep getting on the wrong flights because they're you said it was San Francisco, and it's no, it's San Francisco Oakland, and it's SFO is suing the Oakland Airport. It's so much drama.
What's the London one that's way the fuck out of the city? Is it London? Is it Luton? One of the London airports is like 60 miles.
Yeah,
One of them's
Heathrow's the
way
one.
far out.
Yeah,
But
well, I would say at least there's no confusion for people flying into the other major airport in kind of the Bay Area, right? Because like if you say you're booking a ticket to San Jose, you're definitely ending up in California, right?
Right, yeah, you're not going to accidentally go to another country. I don't have to double check that every time I fly into San Jose.
every time.
I just flew into San Jose and was like scared, and I'm like, oh my god, thank God we landed in California.
Kevin?
Oh, on the subject of this game, it looks like we might.
I don't think I actually introduced the game. Hold up. It's Boston College at Virginia, 11 a.m. ACC Network.
A real ACC
I
game.
completely didn't realize we didn't even get to that point.
No, we didn't. We were talking about Revere.
We might be denied the Calandria Castellanos Bowl for the second straight year because Calandria
Castellanos hurt?
Castellanos, he got hurt in the last game, and it's still undisclosed.
He missed the Western Kentucky game.
Mhm.
So,
fingers
down a little
crossed
bit.
that he gets back, because that was the main reason that I was so excited for this to be Game of the Week last year. Because I need my just head-to-head ACC chaos quarterbacks, but this is still high on my list. But I don't want to go legacy game.
No, it was the Game of the Week last year,
not last year's
and
game.
it was on the CW last year, so that had a little bit extra.
That helped.
Little extra Sickos cachet. This is just like on the ACC network, so it still has it. But then you don't have the two crazy quarterbacks going, then you only have one. You know, it's like half its luster. So we will continue to monitor the situation there.
Should be a hell of a women's lacrosse game.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be.
We also
will definitely be
need
checking
to
out the
monitor
outside.
this.
Oh, we're monitoring stuff again?
Oh, I was going to say we can also continue to monitor if Virginia will kick a third 19-yard field goal on the game, because
that's right.
Or on the season, since their kicker Will Bettridge is currently tied at the top of our primetime kickers list with significantly shorter total yardage than anyone else. He has kicked two 19-yard field goals on the season.
Yes.
For those keeping track at home, a 19-yard field goal is kicked from the 1.
Jesus Christ. Why are they doing that?
1 or 2 yard line.
It's so
cowardly, and I want him to do it every time.
He did it twice against Coastal.
I would just get into the end zone.
I mean, you would think instead of you wouldn't. No, but he did it twice. He kicked it into the chicken.
You distrust your offense so much.
Virginia football.
I guess I know it.
Well, I'm obsessed with them now. That's crazy.
Oh, that's just
we could really anger Boston College Twitter now just by calling them outside of Boston College. Okay, thank you for this, Marissa. I appreciate that. UConn and UMass Twitter would really love this, though.
Yeah, this is how we get UConn Twitter back.
That's how we get them back.
Well,
yes.
So UConn is getting super feisty because they play Temple this week at home, and they are we're gonna they have a little swagger. They're we're gonna rip these fuckers apart.
We're gonna take care of our second owl.
And I was
they probably are.
But
what if they step on a rake?
I don't know that Temple has a handle on that rake.
No,
I think the rake just comes up and there's no handle.
It's just the part that the handle should go into, and it whacks you in the shin and
slaps your ankle really hard.
Mm-hmm. I think they step on the rake, but it's a cool move that kicks the rake right up into their hand.
This is.
What if the rake is one of those plastic ones, and they step on the rake and it just stays on the ground?
It just
snaps it. Yeah.
You break some of those tongs because you bought the $5 rake from Home Depot.
Temple football, a $5 rake from Home Depot.
That's right.
I love the UConn football swagger right now. It's gonna die eventually, guys. You know it. We all know it. But until then, do it. Go for it. Absolutely. And just hope this isn't your week.
So I was looking up UConn football history from a conversation I was having in our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up, their sports reference page. And Sports Reference has a thing called SRS, which is basically a rating system. I know in the past, like we've shouted out SP Plus, we've shouted out FPI. SRS, I'm just shouting it out now because the Sports Reference website makes it really easy to look up like historical numbers, so you can see like how does this compare to other years of UConn football. Can you guess where this? Obviously, it's an incomplete season. We're only like 4 or 5 weeks in,
right?
But can you guess where this UConn team ranks in like all-time UConn SRS?
Like what? Like how good is this team compared to all of UConn history?
Yeah, like what position?
I mean, top 20?
2 after that one that fell ass backwards into a BCS bowl.
Well, okay, first of all, I'll just point out the team that made the Fiesta Bowl only had an SRS of 1.63.
Okay.
which is not very high. This year's UConn team has an SRS of 9.07.
Shit.
Okay, they have juice then. Okay.
Oh, they got the juice.
That is, according to this one metric, this is the greatest UConn football team of all time.
Oh, that's such a... That statement just...
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing you got to remember with UConn. They do not actually have a lot of history competing in football. They didn't come up to FBS until 2000.
Are these just FBS numbers?
Yeah, these are just FBS numbers.
That makes way more sense then. Okay.
Like the pre-FBS stuff, like UConn was not compete. Like it wasn't. None of that is going to possibly come close to matching that in a lower division.
I don't think so.
But yeah, I'm just saying this one number that I've found says this is the best UConn football team of all time.
Okay, so let's see the best UConn football team of all time. They have Temple this week. Next week they have Wake at home. Then they have Rice at home, Georgia State at home. Then they're on the road at UAB.
Sure.
Then on the road at Syracuse. And then on the road, final game of the season against UMass.
Like a lot of those are winnable.
Yeah.
Like all but like 1 or 2. You don't beat Syracuse probably as UConn. You probably don't beat pick one other one in there.
I don't know that I would be so fast to say that you probably don't beat Syracuse as UConn.
I'll let you say that. I didn't say that.
Look, I've seen enough Syracuse football.
The greatest UConn football team of all time. Arthur has said it.
Good God. Okay.
Moving on.
That threw me so bad. Jesus.
Like even pulling up like from when they were FCS. When they were FCS, which was like any time before, like from when like FCS started to when they went up in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
One FCS quarterfinal. That's it.
Okay.
Was it
I know that's it. Yeah, that season.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I like UMass won the title.
I don't even like when I first saw the number, I was like, man, that can't be right. But then looking at it, it's like, yeah, like there is not a whole lot else to be the best UConn team of all time. Why not this one?
Bowling Green, Akron, 2:30, ESPN Plus. I just want Bowling Green to be normal for once. Just please be normal.
No.
Play a normal game.
I don't think they can do that. I'm not sure it's legal.
Why
for them
would you
to do
ask
that.
them to?
Because
I'm
Bowling Green
tweeting
never
at
changed
Bowling
Bowling
Green.
Green.
Why can't you just be normal?
Where's
and
Bowling Green in the poll? I
tweets
mean,
back
they're
screaming.
33rd. Okay. Yeah, that's
like-
Bowling Green respect. All right, perfect.
I just need them to chill the fuck out a little bit.
No.
Houston goes to TCU on Friday night. And
Can I say this?
yeah, go tell
All
this fun fact.
All right, so it's Houston at TCU on Friday night, and somebody was like, "This should be the game of the week," and I just replied, "Houston has not scored in 127 minutes of football.
Jesus.
Like,
They've been shut out in their past 2 games."
oh,
It's giving
that's-
Iowa.
It like, but just Iowa could at least score points when they had to.
Some points, not enough points.
So this
but
is-
some.
This is what I thought.
nothing.
So you had the Dana Holgerson offense, right? Which is basically air raid at all time. And then you bring in Willie Fritz. This is the year where you have to change everything. Willie Fritz is kind of like run, like kind of like a run based version of this.
Yeah.
Which is, so he's a heavy run. And then, so you don't have the team to do what Willie Fritz wants to do. So this year is going to be bad. And then they don't have the team to do it. And then they're in the middle of this change and they just can't get anything going offensively. And they just don't have the tools to do that. And TCU they will put up some points. Can Houston put up any points? I don't know. They haven't scored in the past 2 games.
Not since Oklahoma, I believe, correct?
No, they scored.
No, they scored. They beat Rice.
They beat Rice
33-7.
Yes,
yeah.
by yes.
And they scored with about 7 minutes left in that game. So
Yes.
that's how you get to 127 scoreless
Okay.
minutes. I mean, the thing you can compare them to Iowa from previous years, but the thing with Iowa is like the defense was legit really good and would get some points. The special teams were really good. Like there were times where you would get maybe a defensive score or you would just get field position that was so good that you'd kick a field goal. Like Houston doesn't have that. Like it's just not a good team. And so, they're not scoring, but they're also not doing anything to, steal points the way that Iowa would.
Quick, Nevada, San Jose State, is this going to be a conference game in 2 years?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, San
Yes.
Jose's now leaving the Mountain West, allegedly.
They're not leaving. No.
Yeah, these are both teams that should still be in the Mountain West in 2 years.
But I
If
mean,
the
that's
Mountain
as
West
of
is
That's
still
also
living.
yes.
that is as of right now.
Yeah, as of 10
We don't know what's going to happen.
10:22 p.m. Central Time on October 1st.
I don't know,
This is a true statement.
Brett McMurphy may
Or
come after
San
us.
Jose, for real.
It's bizarre that they just got like smoked on this thing. Not even a conversation, not even like, oh, you were on our list. Like, nope, not even there. Just nothing.
Yeah, it's. I was on vacation when the whole like, oh my god, all these Mountain West teams are going to the Pac-12 thing happened. I was like, oh, San Jose, and everyone's like, no, not them though. It's like, oh,
Some of these choices just felt like, oh, we just went down the list and drew like marbles out of a jar or something.
they went alphabetical. Like, okay, Boise, Fresno, okay,
Wyoming, absolutely fucking not. We're not taking you, Wyoming. Swear to God.
yeah.
Boise, Colorado, Fresno. They didn't get down to S.
They went alphabetical.
They did. What was the other
San
one?
Jose has some beautiful facilities.
Oh, San
They're-
Diego.
Yes. Oh no,
So they went to San Diego. See, S, San
yeah.
Diego, is ahead of San Jose. There you go. Alphabetical.
that would make more sense than a lot of the shit I've seen from them. I like this game as a True TV 6:30 game. Like that's the perfect. Like, oh yeah, hey, True TV is still showing football. I forget about that every week.
I think Mike Golick Jr. may be calling this game.
He tends to call these Mountain West True
Yeah.
TV / whatever, and he's very good. Like again, one of my favorite announcing crews, and not just because he's been on here to talk about his Kit Kat obsession. Like, just a good announcer. How about this one of 2 CW games we get this week? Colorado State at Oregon State. This is okay. Well, time out. Is this going to be a conference game in 2 years? Yes or no?
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly, I think is the best answer.
Allegedly.
I'm not gonna believe the Pac-12 is back until it happens. Like we all did our mourning.
Yeah, until I see like a proof of life. The Pac-12 like with a newspaper at their office, then I'll believe it still exists.
Picture the Pac-12 hasn't happened.
I'm morally opposed to a Pac-12 without Stanford. Like that can't be allowed.
It's
Feels weird.
I think that's fair.
You guys don't get to claim the Olympians then. The ACC was so quick to be like, oh my god, ACC Olympian Katie Ledecky, which is like insane. But like New Wave Pac-12 does not get to do that either.
This feels like, what was the conference that got dug up? Like it's like when the WAC came back, because like they were gone technically for a little bit. Every once in a while, like a conference will come back and claim the history of another conference. I'm just like, I don't think you can do that.
I hate that. I just hate that.
This is our Rams BEAVS game. Don't like saying those words together.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. That definitely feels awful.
I would say this is a family podcast, but it's not.
No,
So.
because you curse more than any of us.
I know.
Arthur, this is games after one of the Xfinity Series races, the Talladega race.
Yep. So if you know anything about Talladega, that's definitely a track where you can get into some NASCAR overtime. So
Yeah.
we'll be prepared for News Nation on this one.
That's what it was. News Nation is where CW
News Nation.
drops their stuff. I need to see if I get News Nation over air.
I
No.
don't think we do.
No,
it
it's
would
not one
be
of those like 33.4 channels on the air.
No, it would
it's
be a cable channel. It replaced what used to be the WGN channel.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. Okay. Other ACC fun. Duke at Georgia Tech. This is 5-0 Duke
That's not real.
that we've agreed on is okay.
In football?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-0.
Yeah, we're
Duke.
just gonna not look at that. We'll revisit Duke later.
I do like. I just want to say one thing about Duke. I saw that they had like a ticket package to raise money for hurricane relief, which that's a very good cause. I don't want to knock that. But they had two packages. One, you got a football ticket, and one, you got a basketball ticket. And the basketball ticket package was like way more.
Was it like
way more
the
money to
football ticket
hurricane
was
relief.
25 and
Yeah,
the
it was real
basketball was
low.
like 50, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and the football ticket was for a conference game. The basketball ticket was for, I forget who they were playing, but like it was a buy game.
It was
in
definitely a
non-conference.
buy game, yeah.
Yeah.
Duke was like, here's this conference football game you can go to. Please.
Tell me how many.
Can you sit on the party deck?
Okay, so the party that looks so good, and more stadiums need to do this.
It kind of did this for basketball, and it's a vibe.
It needs rail.
honestly.
It needs rails though, because drunk people be falling.
I got a real
Yeah.
quick game on this here.
Okay,
so,
go.
So you got 5-0 Duke versus 3-2 Georgia Tech. We're just gonna do the quarterbacks here. Malik Murphy is the quarterback for Duke. Haynes King is the quarterback for Georgia Tech. Which quarterback has more passing yards?
Haynes King does.
Haynes King.
Yeah, Haynes King.
Okay. We're all Haynes King versus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
All right. Haynes King has 1,274 yards, and Malik Murphy has 1,226 yards. So it's
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
Closer than I
Yeah.
thought.
Touchdown passes. Who's got more touchdown passes, Malik Murphy or Haynes King?
Oh. Haynes
Haynes
King.
King.
Haynes.
Malik Murphy has 12 touchdown passes. Haynes King has 6.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Who has more interceptions, Malik Murphy or Haynes King?
I should know this. I think Haynes King has more interceptions.
Yeah, this is probably
Yeah.
Haynes King. I'm just gonna keep
Given
picking
the
Haynes
trend
King.
here, that's
Okay. Malik Murphy has 4. Haynes King has 1. Only 1.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am bad at this. God.
That was a fun game. All right. Moving
Okay.
on.
That
Next
feels-
game.
God. Wake Forest at NC State. NC State is on the CW.
Yes.
So all my fake money into the middle because NC State should be on the CW.
Yeah. Wake is 1-3. I don't know what they got going on. I love that Wake's quarterback, Hank Buckmeyer, who used to be at Boise State, La Tech last year, now in Wake Forest, has 1,159 yards passing, 5 TDs, 1 interception. But like that's it. There's nothing else. You know, they have a running back with like 300 yards, but I don't know, man. NC State, I have no idea here. It's the CW. You got to go with NC State. That's like almost
right.
automatic. Yeah.
I need to check their actual record, but I feel like they're undefeated in the CW. That feels correct.
I
to me.
was just
They
saying
are.
the same
5-0.
thing. I'm going to go back and check it.
5-0.
5-0 in the CW. There you go.
Yeah, they won their one last week, so they're 5-0. They
Yeah.
were 4-0 last year, 5-0 so far.
Like that's a trend.
Oh, it is.
That is real. That is a real thing.
That's why we made a graphic.
Our nightcap this week is Texas Tech at Arizona on Fox. Like
Hello.
Yeah.
right. Like
Couldn't be
especially like
Oh
that's
my
10
God.
p.m. Central. That's 8 Pacific.
God.
This game is
perfect
not going to
time
end
in
until 3
Tucson.
a.m.
Oh no! Oh, because this is going to
Central.
crawl. The clock is going to crawl on this.
But yeah, because everybody's going to be throwing the ball so damn much.
Mm-hmm.
The clock isn't going to stop after every single play, unless it's a completion.
But these teams can't complete passes, or Tech can't, so don't worry about that.
I am calling this now as our Wildlife in the Stadium game of the week.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What do you think we're going to see?
Fox.
That was my first thought.
In Arizona?
Which might just
Yeah.
be Texas Tech
I'm feeling
Association, but
Coyote would be a good choice.
Well, I mean, the stadium itself already has like a warning for bats on it.
Mhm.
No way.
Yeah, it says bats live in Arizona Stadium. If you encounter a bat, do not touch it. Reporting to the stadium official.
Bats live, like they're having a concert.
Okay, bats live. Bats
did
live
catch
in the
that.
stadium, but yes,
I mean,
Bats
that's
live.
There was a high school football field I was at the other day that said bat warning.
Mm-hmm. There's
Yeah.
Question for the Texans.
Yeah.
Do you ever get armadillos on the field?
Yeah.
I want football armadillo.
Yeah.
Not a thing in Arizona. I just want one
The
generally.
only armadillo I've ever seen on the field was from the movie Necessary Roughness.
Fair.
When they were the Texas State Armadillos. Those armadillos are nocturnal, and anything with that amount of lights, they're not going to go towards.
Okay.
If they do show up, they'll try to chase them, and then they'll just freeze into a ball, which would be hilarious. But I doubt we see one. It'd be awesome if we did, though.
This is
Someday.
Commish is the city of the only mascot that I know of that has ever caught a bat live during a game.
Yes, the Spurs Coyote. Yes. The San Antonio Spurs Coyote, along with Manu Ginobili catching.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Manu stacking the bat was one of my favorite things.
I mean, we have so many bats here. Again, when I first moved here, I was like, "There's so much rain on the radar. Why are we not getting any rain here?" And somebody looked at me and was like, "Oh, that's just bats."
Like it really fucks up the radar to the point where like it looks like rain, but it's the bats.
It is the bats.
That's
yes,
crazy.
that is crazy. Yes,
the other chance in Austin under the Congress Street Bridge.
Bats everywhere.
The bats will come out to feed, and it's like a 10-minute bat parade just coming out of the bridge. It's great.
Damn.
It's nuts.
Damn, nature crazy.
Right?
Damn nature, you crazy. But no, there's a bunch of caves around San Antonio too, like New Braunfels area. There's the Natural Bridge Caverns. There's a bunch like out west of San Antonio too. So there's a lot of bats in the area, which again, San Antonio has a lot of bats. Same with Austin. So
Why
we got
aren't
that
there
in common,
bat team names?
Say again?
Why aren't there bat team names? We have the Louisville Bats, but that's like a play on words. Why are there no teams? That's just like the Bats.
My favorite
That's a good question.
was the minor league hockey team, the Austin Ice Bats. They had for a while.
Well, yeah, if it's hockey, you just put ice in front of it, and now it's a hockey team.
Exactly right. My hometown minor league hockey team was the Killer Bees, which at least was an interesting team name.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah,
Where are the bat teams?
Does anyone have bats? Not that I can think of. Some high school has to somewhere, because it's just high schools, and there's always one of those.
The only
high schools are uncreative. They just take like tigers.
Transylvania. No. Well, okay. So
of course
Transylvania is the pioneers, but the mascot's a bat.
You're right, Transylvania. Yeah, I should know that.
I'm gonna say you say the high school mascots are just like not, creative. In New Braunfels, right next to San Antonio, they have the New Braunfels Unicorns.
Okay, we love that.
Yeah, that's great.
It's usually, if this high school's been open for 100 years, the chances of them having something cool are better. If it's open in the last 10 years, it's something where you can buy a logo off of like a packet, basically.
No, I covered high school sports in Massachusetts, and it was just Warriors against Warriors every day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Revolutionaries. Oh yeah.
Wildcats, a lot of Minutemen.
I'm surprised that like a team wouldn't go bats, just because like one of our nation's most popular superheroes is bat themed. Like you'd think that there would be, because like you think about like our other superheroes, like there's some overlap, right? Like there's teams called the Spiders. Like there's
shout out to Richmond.
Yeah, like there's like
aren't they the only Spiders though?
The only in NCAA, yes.
Yeah, I don't know of any pro Spiders, but
no.
There's college.
There
Spiders,
was a Cleveland Spiders at one point in time.
Oh, that was
there were.
Yeah, because they were trying to get the Guardians to
Be the
become
Spiders,
before they became the Guardians
Which
to
they
be
should
the
have.
Spiders
Spiders.
would have ruled.
It would have.
They should have did that.
I think it's because the Spiders, one, racial issues, and two, also the Spiders are historically awful. Like, always come up in the terms of like, oh, by the way, the worst thing in this data point is the 1899 Cleveland Spiders. They are that team.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like a lot of our superheroes, like we got like a Falcon, right? Like that's a superhero, but then like there's Falcons, like we got, I feel like given how popular Batman is, like a team would lean into it. But
It's
maybe
a missed
there's
opportunity.
maybe there's copyright there or something. I don't know. I'm not a copyright.
There are more Cardinals than Bats, and that feels weird.
Everyone loves a cardinal for some reason.
The cardinal is the state bird of like 15 states.
Yes.
It's really not that surprising.
Now, Fox paid big bucks for Big Ten football. And this is what you get on Friday night at 8 p.m. because you paid the big bucks. Michigan State going to Oregon.
Jesus Christ.
This is right. This is why they paid the big bucks. Michigan.
This is on Friday.
State versus Oregon.
Welcome to Friday Night Football, Michigan State.
It's the Michigan State. Spartans.
This is a rematch of a very historic, great Redbox Bowl. Like if we had been around back then, we would have been all over this
West
bowl.
Coast Redbox Bowl. Was this the one that was in
Levi's
like
Stadium?
It was in Levi. It wasn't the one that they hosted in the Giants baseball stadium.
No.
This bowl game started there.
I have no idea what it's called now.
Oracle?
Yeah.
I think there was a football game there, yeah.
No. I'm saying this bowl game started there and then ended up in Levi's Stadium.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
there was a bowl game in the Bay because we sure do not have them now.
There was
one,
one,
I think their lease
so
their lease ran up or something and they just like couldn't find a place to hold a bowl game in the Bay Area and so like everything lapsed.
I think this was sponsored by like Emerald Nuts at one point too.
It was.
Yes.
And also
Yes.
The crowd
and pour one out for the Foster Farms Bowl.
Yes,
that's
was
what this was.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think the last sponsor was like Redbox before it went under, which is I guess maybe fitting given that Redbox has gone under. But this game it was Oregon Michigan State. I want to say it was 10-7.
It was 7-6. It was 7-6.
7-6. Okay, yeah, it was
7-6.
Very low scoring game. Very like we would have been if we'd existed, this would have been our bowl game of the year.
This was a Michigan State Brian Lewerke special, like wonderful, and a Justin Herbert Oregon team.
The Mario Cristobal, Justin Herbert somehow made him bad until he went to the NFL.
Oh God. App State Marshall, a kind of weird one on ESPN Plus. I don't know why they're hiding that one.
They put all the stuff out on ESPN Plus.
I know it's annoying. Except, hey, we'll get to ULM this week, but baby, they're on real TV.
Oh God, I'm scared.
If you've never watched Army football, and I hope you have if you're listening to us, but if you haven't yet, ESPNU 11 a.m. They're at Tulsa. Just put it on another screen. Watch Army do their thing for about a quarter and just squeeze the life out of someone.
You want to see a dead body?
Yeah, and it's the frog boiling in the pan. The frog doesn't know it's dead yet, but like Tulsa's going to be dead early, I'm pretty sure. You just need to make sure you watch that first like quarter and just watch Army run for 3 yards over and over again and make defenses just so angry and so tired.
Tulsa's going to give them a little bit of a hassle for a half. I'll give you that. They may, I don't know. They're making some strides this year, but Army's going to be tough to deal with.
On CBS at 11 a.m., Navy Air Force.
Oh, yeah.
First leg of the Commander-in-Chief Trophy.
Yeah.
A very good Navy.
I'm sorry. Who are they playing? Who's Navy playing?
Army 2.
That's right, Army 2.
Remember, Beth's not here to remind me. We call them Army 2 because they've yet to throw a touchdown pass this year.
Oh, God.
And, yeah.
I mean,
Can't
Navy
Air
and
Force
Army
without
have.
any air offense.
That's right.
Navy's thrown several.
Navy and Army have
Navy
thrown
looks
several
good.
touchdowns.
They do. They do. They look like they're a lot of fun to watch again. Army, same thing. Like I enjoy watching them because I enjoy watching them run that 3 yards up the middle copy paste, and then just launch a 44-yarder over their head. And just everyone, like, watching the D-backs just be so like, God damn it, I knew this was the one. God damn it.
Yeah, they lull you to sleep and then hit you over the top. Which, when these teams get together, you kind of got to throw the records out a little bit here.
Like, there's no way I would ever put American dollars on this game.
No,
because Air Force could win by 10, and it would make just as much sense.
Yeah. So keep an eye on this one. This will be interesting. Navy should win, but when you get these triple option teams together, they know what you're trying to do really well because they do it. So, kind of got to throw the records out on these.
SMU at Louisville. This is a conference game.
Yep.
ACC.
Yeah.
ACC, baby.
Yeah, sure.
Wait. So the Mustangs going. Was SMU in Conference USA with Louisville at one point in time?
Yeah, I would wager so.
It feels like they were, right?
Yeah, this was probably a conference game at some point back in the day.
Like it. Yeah.
Let's see, Louisville, SMU.
Maybe like June Jones, SMU versus like Louisville before Louisville made it into the ACC.
No, actually. Well, no, actually, no. No, so they were never in the same conference at the same time.
Okay,
they were. They have only played twice in 83 and 84.
Okay,
and SMU won both. Surprise, surprise! In 83 and 84.
Well, I mean, they had
Louisville left in 2005, and SMU joined in 2005.
Okay, so it was right there. Okay,
yeah. So ACC legend Eric Dickerson ran all over Louisville.
Yep, that is a true statement. True. UMass at Northern Illinois. Can UMass do this thing? Like,
I don't think so.
Why not?
But
I mean, Northern Illinois looks real rough against Buffalo.
That's true.
But they fought hard against NC State, and they kept it within one possession on the CW against NC State.
This is.
If UMass wins this, they have a transitive win over Notre Dame.
Ooh.
UConn already has one, so that's
Yeah.
Tulane at UAB on the plus. This is the epitome of just like, let's see what the Waves do.
I want to see if the Wave takes care of business here because,
I mean, we can all sort of observe how long the Trent Dilfer experience continues to last.
That thing is on a clock at this point.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't want to talk bad about it, but I don't.
That was all I wanted to say.
It was always baffling,
It's a thing that we can observe.
Yeah.
Like a rare insect with a very large magnifying glass.
I'm going to use the same phrase I used for another team today. The vibes are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vibes are really bad.
In Birmingham, that's right.
That's all I got to say.
Yep.
Can I? Okay. I have a Thursday gem that I want to bring you guys.
Okay.
It's Texas State at Troy on Thursday at 6 p.m. on ESPN.
This is so many Thursday games. This is like maybe almost too many Thursday games.
There's too many Friday games this week for sure.
There's too many Friday games. There's only 2 on Thursday.
This little thing is 2 teams nursing wounds after really bad losses. Sam Houston beating Texas State by 1, and then ULM running all over Troy. And so you have 2 teams that are really not feeling great about themselves right now. Like, look in the mirror. Oh God, I'm hideous. And they're going to work that out on Thursday night. And I kind of love this game because the teams are both talented, but they're also going to be in a just haymakers, basically, nothing but.
So, breaking news while we were recording this: Texas State has turned down. They have turned down the Mountain West.
Ooh.
But they have not committed to staying in the Sun Belt, though. They haven't put out one of those graphics.
Okay, but
they did the Lincoln Riley. I'm not taking the LSU job.
So they go into the
Pac-12. There we go. Texas State to the Pac-12. That's what makes sense.
There's a state there involved.
There you go. I mean, I do think it's funny to see entire schools now behaving like coaches when they want a contract extension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I got all these phone calls. Everyone's talking to me.
That's right.
Remember, players looking for NIL deals, they're selfish.
Selfish.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's the selfish thing, not
Yeah.
It hurts the integrity of amateurs.
It hurts the integrity of the
college
game.
sports.
I think the
Yeah.
Pac-12 should call Florida State and Clemson. I've heard they're trying to leave their conference.
That's the problem is when you start saying like, oh, I'm too good for this, then you really leave yourself out there. I want you to ask what happened to Louisiana Tech when they thought they were too good for things and how that's serving them now. Because even in like on the Sun Belt chatter that I've seen, like maybe we should add someone, the answer is never Louisiana Tech. The answer is always they can go fuck themselves. I'm done.
They burned their bridge with the Cajuns and with the Warhawks. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, there's no like even like, well, they're a good fit. Nah, we'll take Western Kentucky. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Hey, they're gonna put Auburn at Georgia on ABC at 2:30.
No,
Everyone's gonna watch.
Is this a
You want to talk about a team working some things out?
You want to see a fucking grease spot? Like, don't.
I'm
spread
gonna
is-
get the chalk out.
The spread is 23 and a half, I think, here.
That feels low.
That
Feels low.
is low.
It does.
This game also should not be October 1st. Don't at me.
Should be later.
This should be before. This should be the week before SoCon Saturday. I do not like this game being in
oldest
October.
rivalry.
Yeah. But anyway, wear eye protection if you're going to look at this one. And I know I said that last week for Auburn, Oklahoma, and it ended up needing a different kind of eye protection than I intended. Either way, just make sure you got your Eclipse goggles on for this one.
One of the annoying things about YouTube TV is that they tend to like chain their sports channels together. Like you can only really watch the broadcast channels sometimes, or you can only really watch the ESPN channels or things like that. And so if you're stuck on just the broadcast channels at that 2:30 spot, you get Auburn at Georgia on ABC. You get Iowa at Ohio State on CBS. You get... Is that it for that spot?
There has to be something on Fox at 3:30.
Where's the Fox game? Oh, Fox at 11 is UCLA Penn State. I don't think they have an afternoon game. Okay, that's not too bad. That's better than I thought it was going to be. I thought that middle time slot was going to be absolutely rancid, but no, it's okay. On the Big Ten Network, not on Network TV, is Indiana Northwestern at 2:30 at the same time.
That's right.
Now, Arthur, why do you like this one?
So I will tell you why I'm all about this game. So obviously the stadium, right? We've been through this. I actually have an update there. So like I've been tracking like flight prices, all that stuff. Like I don't think it's going to happen this year because again, like they just won't tell me when the game is. So I can't make any travel plans and you get closer to the prices go up. I don't think it's happening, but I have found a new plan for 2025 that I've formulated in that I have stumbled on the realization that if you go to Chicago, there are a lot of like hotels that are kind of famous for having something filmed there.
Okay.
So my new plan is for 2025. I'm just going to book hotels. I'm going to, fly in like Friday night, fly out Sunday, right? So like I don't have to worry about a kick time. And I'm going to stay in the very hotel where Dr. Richard Kimball confronted Dr. Nichols and accused him of falsifying the data for scientific testing for a new drug. So that's my plan. 2025 is going to happen. It's not going to happen this year, unfortunately. Just logistics and when they tell me when the game is, that it didn't line up. But next year, 2025. The other thing I love about this game is that there's a very good chance we could see bowl eligible Indiana. Indiana could be one of the first teams to punch their ticket to bowl season.
That's true.
They get the bowl season tweet.
Get the bowl season tweet. I don't know if Indiana, like since they started doing shirts, I don't know if Indiana's made a bowl game yet.
No.
So
last bowl game was
they
the Gator Bowl, right?
They could be getting the shirt for the first time.
Bowl in 2020, the good year.
So that is why like I'm all about this game. I don't know how good Northwestern is. Like, I mean, that's me charitably trying to say I don't think they're that good. So I don't know that this will be too much of a test for Indiana in like finding out how for real they are. But, I'm just excited to get another data point in there.
I will say that they only have one more game after this one in the nice stadium. Then they go to Wrigley for 2 games.
Yes.
So they have Indiana and Wisconsin.
That's right.
And then they're playing Ohio State at Wrigley and Illinois at Wrigley at November 30th.
No, they should have played. I've said this several times on this show, and I will reiterate it. They should have made Ohio State come to the lakefront, and they should make Illinois play on the lakefront on November 30th. Use the tools that you have, Northwestern.
The people want to get to the lakefront stadium too, because this is currently the 3rd most expensive game for ticket prices according to ESPN.
That's not super surprising, I guess. Well,
I mean, 6 Indiana.
Yeah,
it's because I've talked about it so much. People want to follow my lead.
It's the Arthur bump.
Arthur's moving the market.
We also have things like Iowa, Ohio State, Ole Miss, South Carolina. Clemson at Florida State was supposed to be big.
LOL.
It's big in our world now.
Yeah, but Commish, James Madison at ULM, 6 p.m. on ESPNU. That is a station that everyone gets. How you feeling?
Not good.
We're all gonna see.
Yeah.
But like happy noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ULM will be mentioned. I'm man.
You're actually a little jumpy about this. I like this.
Oh no, this is gonna be bad.
Usually you're fatalistic, but in a very different way. This one feels different.
This is. You would like to have hopes and dreams in this one for that, but no. I mean, James Madison dropped 70 on North Carolina.
They did.
James Madison dropped 63 on Ball State. James Madison did drop 30 on Charlotte, but only 13 on Gardner-Webb. If Malone Stadium has any magic, please, but the matchup predictor, it's not close. Spreads like 20 something. I mean, maybe they can get something close, but I don't. Man, I feel like we're gonna die. It does. It's a conference game, but it's just like, why put this on national TV on ESPNU? Just let us hide. Let us. Probably gonna be 3-2, but I mean, a miracle 4-1 would be incredible. But I just don't feel like there's any way.
Utah State at Boise State, Louisiana Lafayette at Southern Miss. Say it.
Pac-12, Boise State, Utah State.
That is a Pac-12 game. Thank you.
Pac-12 in the future.
Louisiana Lafayette, Southern Miss, ODU, Coastal, South Alabama, Arkansas State. The 6:30 p.m. Fox game is Baylor at Iowa State.
Sure.
Like Ames at night.
That's fair.
But it's okay. It's Baylor though right now. If you want Michigan Washington breakdown, you can find that someplace else. USC at Minnesota, sort of.
That's weird.
That's
that
a
is
conference
weird.
game on Big Ten Network at 7:30.
But like both teams are kind of similar colored, right?
No, Minnesota's much more burgundy and USC is very crimson.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's yellows and reds.
There's going to be some weird color clash in there, I think. That's not going to be pretty to look at.
No.
Tennessee at Arkansas also will be pretty to look at because Arkansas will be at that game. Alabama at Vanderbilt, 3:15.
What happened to embracing the hog, Jordan?
Better embrace the hog.
They have not been embracing that hog. They did okay against A&M. Alabama at Vanderbilt, 3:15 on the SEC Network. Here's my little candle I'm going to light for Diego Pavia. My happy little candle. I'm going to go get a votive.
Yeah.
I guess I need him. I'd like him to win this, but I need him alive.
Yeah.
So if you don't win it, that's fine. Just come back with all the pieces, please. Commish, did you actually write the words "trap game" here?
No, I didn't do that.
I put that.
I did not do that. No.
I feel like you should have guessed based on. I then added a reference to the M. Night Shyamalan movie Trap.
Oh, that should have made sense to me. Missouri at Texas A&M on ABC. More interesting than I want to give it credit for. I do love UCLA at Penn State, 11 a.m. That's going to be, let's see here, 10-9. That would be an 8 a.m. game on the West Coast for the UCLA kids.
Big noon Saturday.
I do have good news for our friends from UCLA, and that is that Central Pennsylvania will have decided to stop being moist for 10 consecutive days by then, and they are in for a beautiful 75-ish and sunny October day.
Okay, so perfect weather, football weather.
Yeah.
Commish, what are our Big Sky bangers this week?
We got some of the West Coast Big Sky bangers. We have Northern Arizona going to the Kibbe Dome.
This is ranked on ranked.
Yeah.
Because NAU finally got fucking ranked.
Well, after they upset Sac State last week.
So exactly right.
That's in Marissa's neck of the woods out there.
Kind of.
Sacramento State. Jeez, you're kind of close to that, right?
It's like 2 hours
I could just ask you to bring back the University of Pacific football team, right? In Stockton.
Oh, totally. They can come along with the BU team.
And Pepperdine. Totally. Get Pepperdine back too.
Make the WCC a football conference again.
Yes.
Okay. That with the current lineup, oh hell yes.
Yes.
Bring me back my slugs, please.
Bring back, Long Beach State too. Why not? Have them
you
play
the
football.
Slugs? They're Division 3.
Oh, that's right. No, that's Irvine's Division 3. I was talking about the Anteaters. My bad. Thank you.
Zot.
Yes.
That's UCI. Got it. Yes. Okay, Commish, what else we got?
And then after that, we have Idaho State at Cal Poly, which is the nighttime Big Sky Bangers. Cal Poly's kind of in your neck of the woods. Not really. I don't think.
Nah. I saw them play. No, I didn't. I'm thinking of Cal Davis, who played at Cal.
Yeah.
We need to get you a California map.
Me?
California is huge. Like
it's so big.
It's gigantic.
Well, Cal Poly. I mean, it's just like that's not a city. Like I think it's in San Luis Obispo, right?
It's San Luis Obispo. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's like almost the Bay Area, but it isn't.
Also, we've established previously on this podcast that all of Cal is poly.
Yes, that's true. Yeah,
that's true. Idaho State, if they're making improvements this year, they need to win this game on the road. I'll say that. Then we have Southland Showdown. Welcome back to the Southland.
This one, Northwestern State at Stephen F. Austin. Their trophy used to be the Chief Cato Trophy. It was a big statue of an American Cato, American Indian. It had lots of issues with it. We got rid of it. That's fine.
Yes.
Now, but it was the largest trophy.
Yes.
It was 320 pounds and like 7 foot something tall.
7'6" tall. Yes.
7'6". It was huge. So the new trophy is like a logo of an axe and a pitchfork that you can rotate to whoever wins it. But it is 320 pounds and 7'6" tall.
Yes.
So it's still the largest trophy.
Largest trophy.
We didn't have to give up the giant trophy. I love that. Thank you. Thank you, Northwestern State and Stephen F. Austin. I appreciate you.
So the two cities, which I love this. So Stephen F. Austin is in Nacogdoches, Texas. And Northwestern State is in Natchitoches, Louisiana.
Look like they should be pronounced the same, though.
Yeah.
I
think the winner
gets
the both, call them Natchitoches, call them Nacogdoches. Whoever wins the game. That
one in Louisiana is Natchitoches, and I'll fucking die on that one.
It's Natchitoches.
Natchitoches. I love Natchitoches meat pies.
Man,
that sounds like it's going to give you a disease.
A Natchitoches meat pie sounds like something that like Urban Dictionary has, and I don't want to know what it is.
Yeah, we're not searching that.
No, we're definitely not doing that. No, not happening. It's Natchitoches, by the way.
Natchitoches. And then the last one.
The last one that we have we have Tarleton at Southern Utah, which is the late night FCS. So when they have the
Mountain West candidate, Tarleton State. Of all the fucking weird, like, no, I don't. This has been rumor leak. Like, I don't actually believe this thing. But the idea that they were D2 like 4 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn it, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, they drop to the mountain. They go up to the Mountain West, which is crazy. Like I mean, you can see somebody jumping from FCS to maybe like Conference USA, which is kind of where everyone's going, the FCS to Conference USA. But like FCS to like the Mountain West or the remnants of the Mountain West.
That's weird.
I have an idea.
It still feels, what's the idea?
Delaware to the Mountain West.
Oh,
Yeah,
Why not?
sure.
Give me the Blue Hens.
If you go far enough west,
that's right.
you're in Delaware.
Notoriously mountainous Delaware.
Is that one of
I'm
those,
sorry, lower Pennsylvania.
is that one of those states that's like the high point is like the state line somewhere? I bet you it is.
It's basically on the state line and it's a hill and
Okay.
it's not very tall.
That feels like my home state of Louisiana. Basically what
And
it
then,
is.
and then, of course, our NEC teams for the week. Central Connecticut is at Yale. A very good Central Connecticut, by the way. Buffalo State is at Mercyhurst. LIU at Duquesne, if you're in the Pittsburgh area. There's your ticket for the week. St. Francis U at Delaware State. And Wagner at Stonehill.
Ooh, the Skyhawks and the Seahawks.
Ooh.
Hawk on Hawk violence.
Hawk on Hawk violence. I'm going to spin the wheel.
Go. What's our
A
one
random
random FCS game?
One random FCS game that unless
Good
we've
God.
already talked about it. We got what do we got here? It's spinning, folks.
How long has this been?
8.
Oh, you cut off. I didn't hear a single thing you said, literally.
Oh, it's Northern Colorado at Montana State.
Oh, another Big Sky game. Okay.
Another Big Sky game.
Northern Colorado, not very good. Montana State, looking real good.
Yeah, Montana State's like number 2. I don't think has Northern Colorado won a game yet. I think they have the longest losing streak now since Western Illinois won.
They're 0-5.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, they have the longest losing streak in Division 1 right now. So Northern Colorado, good luck going to Bozeman to take on number 4 Montana.
oh, it's in Bozeman. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, not good. I will
Montana
say
State's ranked third, by the way.
Northern Colorado, their punter is awesome. I'll say that.
There you go.
They have a good punter, and they're going to need.
Marisa, thank you so much for joining us. If people like what you do, where do they find you?
I write for San Francisco Chronicle, so you can subscribe. It's like 99 cents for 6 months, so please do that so we can keep our jobs.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Twitter at Marisa_Ingemi. That's the only social media I feel like having people on. So yeah, talk to me on there.
She is a great follow. She had a great article about band travel that I jumped on because that's a huge
And
thing.
you didn't really read, but yes.
I read most of it. I spoke off the cuff and I shouldn't have. Also, great stuff about the Valkyries, which I think I learned from you and all the stuff they've been going through. Have they figured out how they're doing the draft yet?
They announced it yesterday. The minute I walked in the door from vacation, I find out they have a day. It's December 6th.
You walk home,
We can
it's
all
like
have the
vacation's
life
over.
finally.
Vacation's over.
Literally, like, I opened my door and went to turn the house alarm off, and I get a call, and you're like, "Oh, we have the day for this now." And I was like, "Okay, well, I guess it's back to work. Thank you."
Perfect. Okay, folks, that's what we got for this week. Make sure that you look forward for our poll results on Thursday, and we will see you through the weekend.
Guess who finished 69th in the poll?
Who?
Wisconsin.
Nice.